In 2023, I decided to say, fuck it. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch the movie Saltburn. Everybody had been talking about it, critics have been banging on about it, and I just thought, let's give it a go. Let's try. Now, this was what I would consider a scientifically unwise decision. Now, I've got no problem with messed up films or with the idea of aiming for a film that is out of the norm of today's movie standards. I've got no problem with it. What I've got a problem with is the hype. Saltburn was not as good as people thought. Now, recently, I rewatched this movie. Yes, I have willingly rewatched this movie, and yes, I still see things that I cannot unsee. It's a bloody mess. Bloody mess. So get comfortable for this video, grab a snack, and let's break down whether Saltburn was actually a good movie, or if we were all just, going to watch one man in particular, you know what I'm saying? So I went into this rewatch thinking that knowing the twist would make the movie easier to digest. Okay, I've grown as a human, I've processed this, I'm ready to rewatch it again. And then within 10 minutes I had the same expression that I did in 2023. Staring at the screen, kind of realizing Barry Keoghan's performance was wildly overrated. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's necessarily a bad actor. I don't believe that he is. I think that he's had good projects, of which I've really enjoyed him in, and I think he does that kind of creepy character really well. But the accent that he puts on throughout this film is so jarring to listen to.
You seem annoyed about something.
Me?
I didn't want to embarrass Venetia. He's hammered, probably doesn't remember.
It's just really weird to the point that I can't kind of get over it. I can't enjoy the performance that he's trying to portray because the accent is that bad. This movie is still chaotic. It's still almost over-sexualized, and it's still a massive breakdown on rich people behaving like Victorian ghosts. And rewatching it is actually kind of worse because you're aware of every little tiny red flag that Oliver waves like a toxic parade. Now, normally that would make a movie more interesting for me. I love watching a movie, rewatching it and noticing little things. But because of the end of the movie, the director decided to showcase all the little things at the end of the movie as flashbacks, which almost takes away the rewatch aspect of the film. Now, what fascinates me is how on a rewatch, the house itself kind of feels scarier. I mean, it's not like a horror movie kind of scary, but it's like I would not touch anything because it might have been humped.
I accidentally fingered my cousin here.
And the idea of this perfect cocktail of old money, mild ancestral energy, and kind of British dryness. It's almost a bit like Gossip Girl and Hannibal had like a weird child. Now we're going to start with Oliver because, yeah, the man is practically the whole film. It follows his perspective. We follow the obsession that Oliver has over Jacob Elordi's character Felix, and how this slowly ramps up throughout the film, and his small little maniacal plots on how to get himself involved within the family that Felix is and be in the Saltburn house. Now, rewatching it with the twist in mind it's kind of wild. Every smile, every awkward moment, every innocent glance suddenly feels like he's mentally taking notes for a crime that he's not committed yet. And Barry Keoghan really said, I will make you uncomfortable, but you will also be impressed. Acting as if his life depends on it. Every micro expression, it's like it's his own monologue. Now, did I enjoy this performance? Yeah. Did I also feel like he tried maybe a little bit too hard? Yeah. The way in which the character of Oliver moves his way through this movie is almost it reminds me of that one mate in school that told everybody the one thing that they wanted to hear. You kind of can't get away from a person like that. They infest everything. They're almost a disease that has to be cut out. And Felix, the character that Oliver obsesses over, Jacob Elordi's performance is fascinating because it almost feels natural. He tends to come across charming, he's friendly, he's oblivious, but also on the rewatch, he's almost a little bit too nice. He's a little too trusting, a little too unaware of Oliver breathing down his neck 24/7, a little bit too unaware of the fact that he spied on him in a bathtub, stroking his meat, do you know what I mean? It's almost as if he didn't want to notice that Oliver was becoming as obsessed as he was. And now Jacob Elordi is an Australian. He attempts at a British accent like Oliver, who Barry Keoghan's an Irishman, and it somehow works more than Barry Keoghan's accent.
Gallery, dead rallies, daddy's old teddy.
Now, I don't know if there are any Americans listening, but the accent that they are trying to perform is quite a posh accent, and it's not something that someone hears on day to day. It's kind of hard to come by, which is why it kind of works for Jacob Elordi. He's doing an accent that you could believe because you don't see it very much.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Barry Keoghan's more common man. He's a quote-unquote poor man, but he turns out to be middle class and has lied about it.
To meet you. Your father's in the garden.
His father.
My biggest takeaway the first time watching this movie was Rosamund Pike's character. Oh my god, she is unbelievable in this movie and completely steals every scene that she is in.
Am I dying?
Yeah.
To do anything for attention.
Playing a rich woman who looks like they're one glass away from just committing the worst crime known to man. She embodies a woman who has never touched a microwave and, she fucking never will. Her performance still holds up upon second rewatch as one of the funniest, driest, most chaotic things in the movie. The entire family kind of feels like they've come out of a simulation that's kind of run by rich people who've never met a real human. It reminded me very much so of Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler, that kind of pretending to be what you think a human is. Do you know what? Fuck it, we're talking about it. The bathtub scene. Now, I'll be honest with you, I skipped over this scene because really what is the need to put myself through that again? I don't want to see a man lick a drain. I don't. I can't explain to you how much I don't want to watch that. And it's these kind of decisions that the movie makes to kind of jump into this weird out-of-body experience where you're watching a man do something that is just so vile and it goes on for so long without cuts and you kind of want to leave. Now, when I first watched the grave scene, which in my opinion is almost worse, I was taken aback, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was also because I saw in an interview that Barry Keoghan himself had suggested to do this particular scene and kind of wanted the whole camera crew to leave him alone with the grave and just to kind of work his magic, I guess, whispering in the ear of the dirt. I mean, it's still horrifying. It kind of cinematic, and I don't know why the director let it happen. You get me? And don't even get me started on the dance scene at the end. The man said full send, and he said yes, chef. Do you know what I mean? Now, was this story of Saltburn actually any good? It's the $1 million question. 2 years later, does the story kind of still hold up, or is it genius? Is it nonsense? Is it both? Or is it lackluster? Does it move me in any kind of way? And I'm gonna break it down for you. The plot is basically poor boy meets rich family. Poor boy becomes obsessed. Everyone ignores the obvious red flags that would be obvious to anybody. Chaos, bathtub, more chaos, swinging dick. There you go.